Hello, everyone. Welcome to 963B for you. We have a wonderful show from a good friend of mine in Mexico I haven't talked to in a long time. And she's been doing big things. For you guys that know, she was on 963B for you about maybe when I was in Merida a couple years ago. I don't even remember. I'm so old. Oh, but that's okay. So, without further ado, we're going to bring Barb to the station and welcome her in. Hi. So, how are you
Hi.
doing, love?
Great, thank you.
Okay, let me see. Let me see what's going on. Is it my volume down? Because sometimes my value is not up. Okay, I can hear you. I'm going to see if everybody else can hear you. So, I have some things I'm going to put out here for people to show people where they can get in touch with you. I like
Thank
your
you.
hair.
Oh, thank you.
That was not like it was when I seen you. You were just wild, just wash and wear hair, and here we go. So, I want to explain everybody who you are. Now, I do have a question for you, but explain who you are before I get into my rigmarole of questions. Explain who is Senora Blanco.
Señorita, por favor.
Oh, sorry. Lo siento, lo siento. Sorry.
No worries, I'll just say it because I'm not married. I'm señorita.
Oh, well, okay. We'll talk.
Well, my name is Barbara Blanco, and I own and create Merida Moves around 8 years ago. And we create Merida Moves to help people, to help all expats to move, have a soft landing in Merida. We're being 13 times in House Hunters International, the show, and we're helping more than 1,000 clients to move to Merida and get houses for rent, for buy, and accommodations and set up services, getting residency and whatever, basically whatever a client needs, we can get it. We have contacts. I'm a local and I'm also an attorney. And a relocation specialist. So basically, we help to get 100% a soft landing and just holding the hand for our clients. So in that way, they don't freak out when they move. Moving abroad is actually a big deal. It's a huge step and comes with a lot of stress and, a lot of uncertainties, especially when you're moving from a completely different country with a different language and with a different customs. So holding the hand for our clients, it's our goal. So in that way they can feel like home.
That sounds good. So I like that. So I know you went to Cancun. So and you did a show in Cancun. So you're just saying you're just focused on Merida right now. You're not doing Cancun because I put Cancun and Tulum.
Yeah, well, I'm local, so I born and raised in Merida. I do
Right.
know Campeche and Cancun. Well, pretty much a lot of areas in Mexico. I know a lot of areas. We can work in Cancun. We can work in Playa. We can work in Tulum. We can work in Campeche and also in Cabo. Um,
That's
so that's the place that we're getting some advices for our clients, and even we can get some house huntings in that places because I do have connection over there. Of course, my main it's Merida because this is where I born and I know the city and I have the contacts here and I can help you to move here without any problem. But we can also provide advices and certain help in different states.
okay. I like your company. Not only because we had a mutual friend that introduced us. Well, I haven't heard from a while. So if you seeing this girl, you better be calling us. So I like the fact that when I needed a visa, you are able to help me get all my paperwork, get it together, and actually hold my hand and have someone go with me to the visa place and stand in line. For people that don't know, it is not easy to go there sometimes. So it's good to go with someone that knows what they're talking about, knows the paperwork, because sometimes what we think might be one thing, it might not be. And then at the time, the visa, you had to be there in 2012 or something like that. It was
Oh,
very
and the night, the last night, the night before, yeah.
right. So, and it's like, okay, so I came in, we got the paperwork, was pretty much good, but then I forgot what happened. My son, my paperwork was good because I've been living in Mexico for from Tijuana to down to Merida for a long time, and I didn't think about it. I've been doing this since 2013. So
Mm.
I didn't realize I was living there that long. So when you look at my visa, it's like wow. But my baby, that he's not my baby, but my son that came with me wouldn't have qualified because it was his first time, and I was not no way in the world that I was going to let him go to
Yeah.
US by himself without me. You know what I mean? So I like the fact I felt bad that I wasted his time, but the fact that he took me step by step and showed me what I needed to do and helped me get where if I came back and he qualified, we could come back and use your services again, which a lot of people don't. There is some people out there in Merida that I know are just about the money and not about the people and not about how the, I've been there, done that. Oh, I got your and ask you for your documents, and you're like, no, 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 you don't do that. I was like, oh, but you know what I mean? Because I figured you are honest, he would be the same way. And you gotta learn everybody is not the same way. There are some people that are scamming for money that are not honest and just all they want. And they can use your passport and your information to do unsavory things. That's exactly what the guy said. He was like, I'm glad you called us. Don't do that again. I was like, okay, I apologize. I didn't know.
Well,
But
you don't need really giving your documents to anyone. We never ask documents original for people. We ask photos so we can fill paperwork and do whatever we need to do. And we ask the people come with us, and that way they can hold their own documents. So
that
yeah,
yeah,
you don't really need it.
but that's different. You know what I mean? So some people, like I said, that's the difference between professionals and people with ethics and people with non-ethics. So I'm trying to show them the difference of, I've been there, done that. And seeing you on shows, but I was like, wow, she's just doing all these things. And every time I turned around, you were like somewhere. You're like, I'm in Cancun. What you mean you in Cancun? So I was excited about that. You being in Cancun and the energy. Let's talk about the energy of different places for different people. Because someone wanted me to live in Cancun in Guanturu, and that energy is different, and especially the Cancun by the airport, by the resorts, is different than the Cancun when you come outside of the
Yeah.
what do we call it? I'll say the tourist area.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the big difference between the states is Merida, it's really safe in all parts. So you can live in downtown and feel the touristic vibe. But you also can live in any part of the city as the north or even the local areas. And then you can feel the same vibe. Like it's not really different to live in any part of Merida. The calm is the same, and of course, downtown has more things to offer as shows and like cultural things, of course. But the rest of the city has a lot of things to offer too, and the vibe and the other areas, as for example, Tulum. Tulum, for example, is only the tourist area, the one that is beautiful, and the rest of the city. I mean, it's a really little town, but
Right.
don't looks like the touristic area. Or even Cancun, the zona hotelera, which is the touristic area, is beautiful and the beach is beautiful, and the rest of the people live just in the middle of like the city, and is not close by the beaches, and then the some of the areas are not that safe. So it's important to hold a hand to somebody that knows, at
Mhm.
least the area so they can guide you, because especially if you planning to buy, so sometimes people end up buying in different areas that they don't know anything about it, and then they just regret, and then buy expensive and then sell it is much more difficult, because you never know. I mean, you're gonna need to sell to other expat and kind of like tricky somebody else, like for getting the money that you already invested. And um, especially the expats that buy and in the area that they don't know, they tempted to pay over prices.
There you go. They call them gringo prices.
Gringo taxes. Gringo taxes, gringo taxes, gringo prices.
I remember that. So that's another thing that I really loved about your business, but also you help people move locally too. You were helping people. I think the guy was helping people move from one part of the Merida to another part of the Merida. I forgot what it is. So you have a moving company there, and that's what people need to know, because when you come, okay, the first thing is when you come. Ooh, the camera went out. So we're gonna wait. When you first come, you're sometimes people are confused about when they go to Merida or any other country, like what to do. What is your first thing you should do? So for me, I would suggest get in contact with Barbie and look at her and make an appointment and do a consultation of exactly what's your personality like, what do you want, what you look for, and then you'll get to see. But also, you taught me a very good thing is to actually go look at the place at night, not just during the day, because what you
Yeah.
see at day is different. There's people that is working from that time, and then at nighttime it's a different thing. But go on.
And not only that, it's I know some area, especially in Cholul. I don't know if you know, but some areas around Merida, it's a peak city. So our main food is pork. So we are surrounded for some farms around here. It's not like next to your house you're gonna find a house, a farm. No, but we have some farms in certain areas, and even in the north, close to the Cholul area, they have some farms. It's not next to your house; it's a little bit far. But in the nights, when the air goes flow and it's not that hot, and you can feel some of the breeze, some areas you can feel the smells, and it's a smell that you're not gonna feel in the morning. So that type of things, people don't know. And if you're rental, well, if you rented, that's fine, because you can survive at least for a year, I guess. But if you buy a house, imagine that you buy a house from far and then you invest in all your money there and then all your dreams put in a house. And then after you get closing and everything, you're moving in. And then in the middle of the night, you smell pork, like pork shit. It's not nice, So get
See,
this type of information. It's important.
right, and that goes to when I moved to Tijuana. I didn't live like on the border where a lot of tourists might live, where the what is it, the Walmart, the Costco, and you go over to San Diego. I lived with the people. So I love that, because and even when I lived in Mira, you see, I live with the people. I don't live with other expats, because when you live with other expats, it makes me learning the language and speaking the language I become lazy. So when I don't have to
Mm.
speak it every day, guess what? I don't have to. But if I'm immersed in it every single day, then guess what? I'm going to speak it. I'm going to know it, and people are going to know who I am, especially in my neighborhood. Well, I lived in a gated community. They said it. My girlfriend called it. She said you were in a Cubano section of Merida. I was like, Cubano. She says nothing but Cubans. I didn't have no problem. Didn't have no problem with me. We're good. When I go, there was a dance studio. There was on my street every day. The produce guy made orange juice. I got fresh orange juice every day. How many people can say we can say that in U.S.? You can't say that you get fresh orange juice every day. I mean, where you see them take the fruit and actually squeeze it, and that was my juice. I drank orange juice every day. I had carrot juice every day. And it wasn't just little, it's just that my fruits and vegetables were there, and I knew the person that was doing it. All my produce. And then there was a little Italian restaurant. So for me, I loved it. My hairdresser was down the street. She brushed and combed and washed my hair, but that is because, and then I became part of the community instead of like, oh, there's that expat, she's not coming. I walk to the park every day because I live near the park. So for me, the security guard knows, okay, there she goes, she's going out, it's morning time, she's going to the park. When she comes back, she comes in, and he'll even tell me, look, somebody stopped at your door, you have a package at your door, I put it there, or I have it here, would you take it? That's about, to me, that's really good, because where here, some places in your states, you don't get that either. But knowing where I live at and the people that are there, for some reason, everybody wants to call me, and I'm gonna have to turn my phone off. That's like the fifth time today. So that helped me out a lot by you giving those simple tips of knowing your area, walk around your area, find out all the local stores, because there was a lot of stores. And I even had, for you guys out there was a botanica. I don't know, you guys know what a botanica is. I walked in and the person was sitting there talking in Spanish, and I didn't say anything. The other girl I was with, now she thought she knew Spanish, but she don't know the Spanish I know, especially in Ispirita. So I didn't say anything, and they were trying to tell me, you need to come and get a reading. You need a da 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 da. And the guy said, no. You know about me, no, she don't need a reading. And I said, why do you say that? He said, you know. I was like, yeah, I know. But he got her to get a reading. He got her, if she felt comfortable. But I was listening, and some of the language that I learned in Santeria came in handy when I was there, especially in the store, because I recognized it and the things he was saying, and we got along very well. So I knew if I had a problem, I would have no problem, if you know what I mean. But she didn't understand, but she knew, because we'll just say she knew, because she's been in Mexico longer than me. I was a newbie. She had been in Mexico dating somebody 6 years, so I didn't know nothing. So but you don't know. So I act like I didn't know anything, since you speak the language, and she thought she knew it all. She got jacked, and they know who to jack. Now, I'm not saying not all people are like that, but I'm saying, if when you come in there with that hoity-toity kind of attitude, you just don't do that to people. And that is not my thing. I know what I want, and they were nice. I was like, I just want Palo Santo. He's like, okay. I was like, that's all I need, Palo Santo. I was like, and that was it. I don't need anything else. He said, just Palo Santo. I just moved in my house. I want to, clear my house of anything that is evil, and Palo Santo usually works. And he gave it to me, and at a reasonable price. She wanted whatever. She wound up paying whatever. And I just said, I told her, I said, you really sure you need that? Yeah. She's like, she's saying, and I was like, just because they say, what do you feel you need? And that's what I loved about, where I live at. They had to see me pass, that store every day, because in order to go to the vegetable stand, and I've tried every restaurant within the vicinity to know who I wanted to go to. And the fact I got fresh chicken, real chicken, not a chicken that you see in a supermarket wrapped in a plastic bag saying, okay, come buy me. I've been sitting here for God only knows long. I got it from a person that said, okay, I just got this chicken, and my chicken was fresh. That's what I love about being there. Everything, the air. And I was living in Merida. We're not too far from the beach. And my favorite beach was Progreso. That's my favorite beach, is Progreso. And they always got things going. So this is the wonderful thing about, for me, living in Merida. And Tijuana, that's a different story. So getting to all of that, tell us what the energy is like in, what is the La Mujer Island.
Isla Mujeres.
See, right.
Isla Mujeres Island.
Okay. See, I have a lot.
Okay.
So what
Well,
energy?
Isla Mujeres is really a small island that is
Mhm.
in Quintana Roo. It's not part of Yucatan. So we are like 4 hours in a boat away from Isla Mujeres. It's a really island vibe. You do have a Quinta Avenida, which is kind of like it's like a road that is full of stores, the American stores and all the brands, and
In
basically
America?
it's the as touristic way.
Oh, no, I would like that. See.
But it's just on a block,
Okay.
and then it's just like the sea and everything. So I need to say something. All Quintana Roo, which is Cancun, Isla Mujeres, Tulum, all them, they share the sea from the Pacific tree, the sea.
Right,
So their waters are blue and beautiful.
right,
Like transparent, green and blue, mostly of the water and all Quintana Roo and Chetumal also, which is Quintana Roo too. There are different type of sea. We share the Atlantic Sea. So
right,
our sea, which is in the Gulf of Mexico, I guess, I don't know. It's in the Gulf.
right. Okay. Um,
um it's that's what our sea is. So that's why sometimes in Progreso, Chelem, Chuburná, Sisal, Celestun, our water in the sea is not that blue, so it's not that clear. It's not that bad either, it's just a little bit brown, but our sand is different, so
yes,
it's a little bit more brown than the one that is in Quintana Roo. So Quintana Roo has better sand and better sea, but it's still beautiful.
okay. So when is a good time to start looking or planning to come to Merida to look for a house to either rent to buy? What would be the suggestion you would tell someone to come? Mm-mm.
Oh, sorry,
Somebody
I
call.
got a call. Yeah, I got a call.
It's all good.
So let me see. I think that's gonna depend of the people. Some Most of the people start to looking around 1 or 2 months before actually wanting to move, and they start to check the area. I had clients that been preparing themselves more than 3 years to move into Merida, and I have clients that they just receiving the visa and then they just decide to move, like they just come here, they do the school visit, and then they fallen in love, and then they just move the next month. So I think that is depend of the people and depend of the vibe that you come with.
Okay.
Everything is possible. Everything is possible. So the only thing that you need to be aware is rentals in Merida move really fast.
Okay.
So if you're looking for something like now, just saying today in March, and then you're planning to move in September, that house that you're looking today is not gonna be available in September. And
Right.
most of the people, they not gonna hold you the house for months and months. Most of the owners, they only gonna agree to hold you the house for a month if you pay the month, like the lock deposit, and that's it, not more than a month. So some people that they really like the house, they keep in paying the months that until they move in here, and but they paying for an empty place. So that's why I told my clients, don't look over before, I mean, more longer than a month, because if you really fall in love to some property, you're gonna be and then paying rent for an empty place, which I don't think is a really good idea. I
Right.
mean, it's you're paying for something that you are not using. So I think a month is more than enough. You can find a lot of times option in a month. Of course, if you're planning to buy, I would definitely recommend then rent first. At least get a couple of months, like in certain areas, and then start to looking. Buy a house is a bigger commitment, of course, than just a rent. So if you buy a house, you cannot just walk away from the contract. Like that's your home. So invest in a little bit more time in get some search about the area and different options and everything. But basically for rental, I told my clients, you don't stress yourself. When you're ready to move, like you're ready to move, then just come here, rent in an Airbnb for 2 3 weeks, and we can just like dive deep in the options and get you something.
That sounds great. See, and that's good. So, like, and I like the fact again, you're all one shop stop. So when people come, they don't know how to get their stuff there. Um, a girlfriend of mine uh, moved all her stuff from Arizona all the way to Merida,
Too many.
drove it down, and her car and all her stuff, and then had to bring it all, and then it was a nightmare. And the reason I wasn't going to do that is because uh, my boyfriend at the time was saying it was very dangerous to bring all our stuff down. He said, "Just sell everything, and then come down." And I was like, "Dude, you want my money? So I ain't selling everything. Come up here." And then my friend was like, "You don't know that he was talking about gangs on the highway." He had me so paranoid that when I was driving around in even in Tijuana, I was scared because I was like, I have my furniture, I have all this expensive stuff. So I was like, no, I might as well sell everything and then, get there. Um, but that was further from the truth. But then again, when I got there, I met people that actually made chairs, made tables, like my table from my house. I had believe it or not, I had a 2 bedroom house, which just for little old me, and living room, dining room. And I love the fact that I can hang my clothes outside. And I didn't need an air conditioner, but I had the split air, which was
Mhm.
nice. But every day I could be outside and have my clothes hanging up, but the sun and enjoying the fresh air. That was a key point for me. Eating outside and getting to converse with my neighbors as I'm washing my clothes or they're washing their clothes and we're talking. And to me, that was really good because then everybody knew who I was. So when I moved out, they were like, "You just got here," and I know I gotta go. You know what I mean? So what is the visa period now? Because I know a lot of things have changed since, oh my gosh, 2018. Like, what is the
Yeah.
process now like?
Yeah, and unfortunately now, I think the visa that you were applying was for the RNA program. So what's the program that you will needing to come to Mexico at least 2 or 3 times before certain time of year, and then they will approve you 4 years in a row, and like without any income proof or anything else. That was a visa that was running after the COVID, and they allowed to run in for a couple of years. But
Mhm.
unfortunately, that program was canceled in January this year.
Oh,
Um, so it's not you cannot apply through that program anymore. So basically means that if you want to apply for residency, you need to do the old way, which that will be a income proof, like, and you need to prove to the Mexican embassy in United States that you are made it around 4 to 4,500 US dollars per month, and you need to prove them through statements and whatever you have from your bank, like paychecks, or if you are retiring from your pay stubs,
okay.
or any way that your bank can prove that you are making that money, or
Mhm.
you are receiving that money, that will work. But yes, it's the only way that you can apply for residency. That's the normal way. If you come to Mexico, you always can marry with a Mexican or have a Mexican kid. That's other way to do it. And if you have some link with like some relatives with and a Mexican, especially if your parents are Mexicans or you have a kid in Mexico, you can apply for permanent residency right away. Married with a Mexican also gonna give you a residency.
Yeah.
Married with somebody with a residency already approved in current, that is not due, then also can help you to get your residency. Other ways could be apply for a job. So you're gonna need somebody offer you a job, and then anyway you need to fly back to your country to apply there. But then you need a letter from a company here in Mexico that offer you a job, and then they can prove they it's legit. And it's a process. So
Yeah.
basically, it's the old program, the easy program is gone now. So it's not a way that you can apply for that currently in this moment. I think, and this is our feeling, all the lawyers and facilitators, we thought, or we think that this program is gonna go back, probably in a few years, or at least after this year. Now, due the difficult times between Mexico and other countries, well, there are limited a little bit the access over here.
Mhm.
But it's just about money. In this moment, it's about money. If you can prove that you are making that money, then you are, like free to go.
Sounds good. Well, and I like Mexico. I don't have any problem with that. Um, Never had. So my thing is, how would you suggest someone get their stuff if they want to bring their things to Mexico? Because it's not really easy to um, bring it down like she did. Like, because she had to take all that stuff back and to get what she went through was a lot. She got a trailer and her daughter got a trailer and they drove down and they had to take night. And she said she had some kind of experience on the road where the car broke down and there are two single women out there and it's kind of scary. I was like, oh no, there's got to be a better method for that to do. So I know when I moved to Belize, we can move what they call barrels, like put our stuff in barrels and have it shipped from the U.S. to Belize.
Same thing here. You can ship to from wherever you're moving to Progreso and the dots, and then pick them up there. That's gonna depend. If this is worth it, that's gonna depend. How big are your items? You can rent the small space. I think they have containers, or I don't
Oh,
know exactly how they rent it, but they come in containers, so you can rent it part of the pallets containers.
mhm.
And I helped to a couple of clients moving their belongings, and one time one of my clients bring their car. I know it's a little bit expensive. It's not actually the dots to dots move. That's not that expensive, but you also need a custom aduana agent over there to send it, and a
Right.
custom aduana agent here to receive it. So that is how they increase a little bit the move.
Okay.
I will say the cheaper one is the way that your friends did, like just driving. We offer the drive service for our client. We actually fly to the borders and we drove their cars with their belongings for them. We don't have the vans, so we drove their own cars for being, bringing them, basically just get the companion and
Okay.
drive all over the way, then know where to stop and know what to do if something happens.
That's smart.
And yeah, that's one of the service that we offer for our clients. And also, some clients, they have pets that they don't want to fly them, like, because cargo flies is a nightmare too, especially here in Merida. It's so hot. So they make to your pets wait a lot of time in the cargo area, and sometimes they can get, like hurt or something like that. So people can consider their pets as a family, so they don't want to send them, if there is not in the cabin, they don't want to send them in cargo. So that's why they drive all over with them. So we do that. We drive with pets, with cats, with dogs, and any type of pets that the people need. So last time we drive with 9 dogs, elder dogs, for our clients. So we get 2 vans and 9 dogs. That was the last drive-in. So she moved their pets to from Texas to Merida in a successful way. But again, we can drive, we can help the people drive. We know we can recommend a couple of companies that they do have the vans, so they can pick it up from your house. They deliver it from house to house, so they can pick it up in your house there in United States, and they can bring it to your house here in Merida. I have a couple of recommendations for that. We don't do that. We don't have the big vans, but they do have the infrastructure for do that. So we recommend it a couple of people that we've been working. I mean, they've been working for our clients for months, and everything has been, I mean, for years, and everything has been good. So we trust in a couple of services. So we can give you an recommendation in case that you want to do it in that way. Or if you want to drive, we can guide you, like give you a map and some suggestion where to go, how to cross, in the way that you need to do it. You don't know that, but if you drive in Mexico, especially in the north, we also recommend it only drive in the morning. So you're gonna need to do 2 or 3 stops from the border to Merida. So in that way, you only drive in the morning, and then just rest as soon the sun down, and then continue the next day. So we can give you some. I mean, this is what we do, but if you want to do it by yourself, we can give you some advices how to do it and where to go, what is the easiest road. We don't recommend them go through Monterrey and
Yep. I've been there, heard that too.
Jalisco, and that areas, they're not that nice. It's
Yeah.
better to go a little bit down to Querétaro and San Luis, which is more safe, and it's only like couple of hours more, and then that road is more safe. But again, it's just some tips that we can provide.
and that and that's beautiful because that's what we need. A lot of people don't have a clue. My I moved from Tijuana back to the States, and I bought a brand new refrigerator, a brand new gas stove, and I was not letting that just gonna go to my landlord down there. He liked all my furniture, all my stuff, and he just thought, oh, she gonna leave that. I was like, no, dude. I found somebody, I was on Facebook, found them, and I said, do you cross over to the border to San Diego? And he said, yes. So what I did is I found a local storage place right there on the border. So all he had to do is just bring it there, and that was it. He said he had the paperwork to bring my stuff across because there's certain paperwork. So he got to go in the fast lane because I didn't have that little sticker. He got to go in another lane, and I was still behind. And if anybody knows anything about from San Diego and Tijuana, it is not easy because you can be out there 2 to 3 hours waiting to cross the border. That's when I decided to move back because my son was working there, and I was driving that every day to take my
Oh.
son, drop him off to work. And we had to leave at the house at 10 o'clock. And we were not getting back till 10 or 11 at night or even later. And then sometimes when the border was closed, I was like, wait a minute, I live here. How you not gonna let me back home? Said your place says United States. I was like, daggone it. I gotta fix that. Because I had no other choice. When they closed the borders, even if you live there, you can't get across there. I had to stay in the United States and staying in a hotel locally. Shoot, pain in the butt. So that was my way of testing would I be comfortable living in Mexico. Was that I was fine if I didn't have to go back and forth, but also I like where I lived, and like I said, if my son was younger, so it's different now. He's a grown man now. So if I decide to move, it's just me. But now I have a house, so it'll be something that I would invest in into moving. That's a thing. I would want land because I would want to do farming. That is really my so you deal with real estate like that, people that actually want land to do farming in Mexico.
The what?
Do you deal with people that say, okay, like myself, I like farming. So if I came, I would be looking for land that I would be able to farm and do agriculture in Mexico. How does that work for you?
Well, the thing is, Mexico is really laid down in that tame. You know, you can do whatever you want in your patio. I mean, except growing marijuana. You know, because it's not legal. But you can do whatever you want in your patio with plants. That's easy. You know, like you can grow your own plants. You can cultivate your own vegetables if you want to create it. If you have the space, you can do it. The
Okay.
problem with the animals, like on a farm, is you need the space. So
Right,
in the city, and if we're talking about Merida or areas that are close by Merida, Merida is the capital of Yucatan.
right,
So even Progreso is not Merida.
right,
Progreso is a different beach.
right.
So we are a part of Yucatan State. So Yucatan State has a lot of land and has a lot of places that they are bigger, especially the little towns. As Valladolid, Izamal, we have like 106 different little towns with
Uh-huh.
more than enough land. So Motul and a lot of places. And some of these one are not even that far from Merida. We're talking about 45 minutes, an hour away from Merida, so it's not that bad. So they're little towns. Basically, it's like a fish town, but inside the cities. So they're really little. They don't have anything beside mom and pop shops, a couple of them, and maybe a small mercado, and just little houses. That's it. But most of the places they have a big area, so you can get there farming there if you want to. You can have your own porks, you can have your own cows, whatever you want. Chickens is really popular. So people has their own animals in their home. The problem to have it in your own home in the city is the smells. So sometimes people next to you can complain, and they send in the government, to give you a warrant, and then they're gonna let you, force you to rid off of your animals. That's it. But if you have the space and you are outside, then it's no problem at all. We don't have rules for that. You don't need to follow any like any requirement or nothing else. It's just the space. So if you have the space, your big space, and then you are close, even if you find the places over there, you're gonna see it. As soon you will start to drive into the small towns, you're gonna start to see it. A lot of people has their animals in the backyard. They have cows, they have porks, they have a different type of chicken is really popular, roosters, everything. So people have them then like pets. They just running around, and it's. I mean, it is popular. It's not in the city. You cannot see it in the city, but then in the little towns around, yes, it's no problem.
Yeah, I liked where did I go to? Tell people what a cenote is.
Oh, a cenote is a beautiful sinkhole. So Merida or Yucatan, it's building in an area that was hidden for a big um, asteroid. In the past, that's
Mm-hmm.
the one supposedly that killed the dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
So when the asteroid hit the land here, they get a big pieces of in the ground,
Mm-hmm.
holes in the ground. So really deep in the ground in this Yucatan area, there exists a connecting. How can I say? It's a connecting paths, I guess. This full
Okay.
of water. It's sweet water. So it's nothing to do with the sea. It's sweet water, and they are connected. So people, when they're building their homes, they are doing buildings, so they're creating something. Sometimes they go deep in the underground, and they find cenotes. So cenotes is pretty much a sinkhole that is full of sweet water, but it's really popular here. We have more than 5,000 different ones, and
Wow.
each one is different. Some of these sinkholes are covers completely. Some of these they just got fined while they were doing some construction. So some people created entries. Other ones they just randomly being inside, you're between trees, so you need to rappel to them. You need to go like underground in caves to find it. Or other ones are completely and open, so you can just see them next to the ruins. So they're beautiful. Even our Costco has a sinkhole.
Wow.
Yeah, outside in the parking, the Costco has one. You cannot swim in that one in Costco, but mostly of the ones in the city, you can swim there. It's a sweet water, and it's different colors water, and it's beautiful. Sometimes you can feel some fishes over there, but basically it's really clean water and really fresh water. So
Right.
people love it, love it. There are beautiful natural things over here. Is kind of like the characteristic for Yucatan and Quintana Roo, because this is the two areas where they concentrate the sinkholes, the cenotes. And most of the people feel the connections. People say that during the Mayan times, these cenotes were considered sacred spaces, and
Mhm.
sometimes they have they do sacrifice. The Mayans used to do sacrifice to their gods, for feel the connection and asking for favors. So sometimes they sacrifice virgins in the sinkholes, and some of these one has that type of remains, in the underground. So some of these one are really, really sacred. So you feel the connections. Most of the people, when they go there, they can feel that it's amazing. It's an amazing place to be, and you feel the energy over there. Like the past, or your ancestor. Yes, this is one of them. Your ancestor connections, with the energy and the calm, and it's really beautiful.
Yep. That's what I loved about going there was I got to swim in the cenote, not too far. That was on my birthday when I came there. A friend of mine had took me there and asked me what I wanted to do for my birthday. And she took me to the cenote, and I was like, "Oh, okay." I never went to one, and we got to eat there because they also feed you at the tour. So for me, so tell other people what are some other things that they can do in Merida that people might not know that there's to do.
Woo, woo. You can do hundred of things in Merida. We have a lot of cultural things in the downtown. We have a lot of museums, like Maya Museum and a lot of different museums. We have a lot of art galleries over there in downtown, and they close the streets on the Sundays, so you can do the bike ride, bici rutas, and Sundays mornings. And the Saturdays they close the streets in downtown. And the Saturdays, so all the restaurant putting the tables outside, so you can actually eat in the middle of the street, in the restaurants in downtown. Um, they have a lot of spectacles over there, like el juego de pelota maya, which is the softball, like the ball play. The Mayans ball play. They do that, the
Nice.
representation in the nights. the dressing as a Mayans, and they do the spectacle there is completely free. So we have a lot of free things to do. The zoos also are free here. We have two zoos, one zoo that is in the downtown and the other one that is outside. Both has animals and things to do inside. They're free. Both are free. You also can go to the beaches, which our far beaches is like an hour and a half away. But we have a lot of close bys as Progreso and Chelem, Chuburna. You can see the flamingos in Celestun. You
Yep.
can go to the ruins. We have one of the marvelous of the war, the modern marvelous of the war, which is Chichen Itza. So you can go to the Chichen Itza, which is kind of like an hour and a half away from Merida, the ruins. We also have other different ruins. There is not that popular, but also big, beautiful. We have the cacao. It's really something that the Mayans used to grow in culture here. So we have a lot of museums for cacao, which is where the chocolate comes. So yeah, 100 things to do. And we have parks, free parks. All our parks has an internet, and mostly of the the parks has in the night they have free food, not free food, but food carts that you
Mhm.
can buy the like the snacks and the food carts, as the marquesitas and the elotes and all that type of stuff. So yeah, we have a lot of things to do.
Y'all also have what is like a great farmers market downtown.
Yeah,
Um,
we have a big one, San Benito, in the downtown, and also we have the slow food markets too, for
yeah,
like for more
yeah,
more
I like.
bougie persons.
You're funny. They have what was it? Downtown is a old fashioned ice cream store downtown. And the outside, I wish I had taken a picture where you guys can go in and Merida and actually take a picture of you standing beside the word Merida. It's in a park, but they have all these different vendors that are around there and actually take a picture with and buy products with that's in the park. It's across the street from the in the middle downtown. Trying to think of that thing. The church. So you can go see the church. It's in on one side, and then the ice cream place is on the other side of downtown Merida. And then there's a pharmacy, I think, in the other park in the back. And then they have their selling stuff in the middle. That's what I remember of downtown. So I don't know if any of that has changed. Has that changed?
Well, downtown has a lot of places. So a lot of parks, and also a lot of and church. So if you know, the reason why the downtown it's divided for letters and numbers.
Okay.
So, but people call it in certain ways because they are close to something. So Santa Ana is because it's close to the Santa Ana Church.
Right.
Santa Lucia is because it's close to the street from the Santa Lucia Church.
Okay.
And Santa Lucia Park. And also El Chembech is because it's close to the Mercado del Chembech. That's why they call that area. San Juan is because it's close to the San Juan church and park they call San Juan. So, the areas in downtown, they get named just because they're close to some of the churches, some of the parks around there. But basically everyone, I mean, almost all the parks in the church offer the same thing, like different activities, but something that is really, really sure that you're gonna find in the park is food. Mexican likes to food. So you always gonna go to the parks and find some food trucks selling some food.
Yeah. I like the ice cream. That I think that's where Santa Ana church is. It was.
Well, the most popular ice cream is Helados Colon. Is the one they have one more than 100 years old here. They're natural and they're made in with natural fruit. And we have one in Paseo de Montejo and one in the big park, la park, and where is the cathedral? It's there, so it's in front of the cathedral.
I think that might be the one I went to. I can't remember. All I remember was the Cancun sign that was in the park, and you can walk around it. And then the church is a big church. They were talking about it, but on the side street is where I got uh, my phone service. They were my phone service, as also my internet box, which I like. They had the Mexico has the best internet. When the internet box anywhere in Mexico, I could take my box and get internet whether it was in Tijuana, all I had to do was let them know that I moved from Merida to Tijuana, from Tijuana to Cuatro, and they would just switch it on that I would be able to use it for the same price. And it was bad. I couldn't do when I got to the States, it was like, I'm sorry, we don't do that. You have crossed the line. Anywhere in Mexico, yes, but once you cross that, we're done. I was like, man, I'm sorry, but States don't have nothing like that. And it's a tiny little box, but it worked. And I got it because I was living in my house and the internet that I bought in the house was not really good. So I forgot how I came about, was just getting a phone service. But I like the internet that I got with that particular service, and it was very reliable and it was very inexpensive. It cost me, I think, like only $15 a month, US dollars, I should say. So to me, nothing. And it was like, do you know what we pay over here in the United States for internet? You can pay anywhere from $79 to almost $200 a month. And that's just with the internet. This ain't with no telephone service either. It's all about a bargain. So you got to look at the things that are things. So tell me about the internet companies out there so people will know some of the things that goes on out there. What is the most popular internet company?
Well, here in Merida, we have three different companies now current for fiber optic. So
Oh,
internet fiber optic is much it's super different to normal internet. We have antenna internet also, and we have also in satellite internet. So the people that use satellite one is the one that is really further, like in the north could be, or really further from the city, so they don't have access to the other type of internet, so they use satellite. The more popular one is Starlink. Sorry, but there's a couple of other ones here that start to offer the services, but it's the one that you get when you are not close to the city, which is Merida. Inside the city, Merida, we have three different ones for fiber optic, which is Easy, Total Play, and Telmex. So these three, it's 100% fiber optic. They have different velocities, depends of your requirements, and the prices goes with the velocity. But the
right.
faster one, which is the one that have 1 gigabyte, 1 or 2 gigabyte. I think no, it's 1 gigabyte.
Right.
Total Play offered the one with 1 gigabyte, which that would be crazy fast.
Mhm.
And the price of that one is 1,400 pesos per month, which that will be around 20, $50, maybe no, $70. 7 por 2, 14. 7 por 2, 14. Like 80 and 90. Well, let's say 100 US dollars.
Right.
So it's that a little bit less than that. So that would be for the faster one. But we have the one that are really affordable. Me and home, I have two teenagers that they use hundreds of devices. They have like internet, they have phones, they have computers, they have tablets, and they have TVs, and they have all these, like game plays or whatever things. And we got the one with 100 megas, and for us it's more than enough. I don't
Okay.
need more than that, and I pay 500 pesos for that one
That's not bad.
monthly. That would be $30, I think,
That see,
close
that's
to
still not
$30.
bad. That's still not bad. But like I said, compared. if you want to make a lifestyle change and try to give people like the option, this is why you would want to move, because the food is even different. The food versus here versus there, my body had to be adjust, and I got sick coming back here eating the food. Believe it or not, because the food is different. The way they do that, and the girl was telling me about even the organic, like what we take for granted, or what I took for granted there, that I just assumed everybody ate like that, that everything is organic and it's like this. And I get back here and I'm like, I already knew it was wrong. It's organic, it's really not organic. You got to be careful, because even organic farms are having trouble out here in the States to even say they're organic. I'm just saying. But that's just me. But the food is affordable and it's healthier. Like I said, I like that I could taste the difference in the food and the cleanness. So when I came back, I was like, okay, this tastes funny. Something's not right. Like, okay, yeah. So your taste buds will get used to it. And it's where I lived at was quiet. I think she said I was in the colonial section of Merida, on the outskirts of Colonial.
What name?
Colonial. I think she called it Colonial. I was out there
No.
by,
Colonia Mill neighborhood.
okay. Trying to think what was out there. My favorite store. Oh my God, the supermarket. I'm trying to think of the supermarket I went to. I was up the street from the store. Um, you know what? It's not gonna come to me because I want it to come to me. I should have been better prepared. But I like my area. It was quiet, and she's telling me now they're pricing everybody out the area that I lived in. That now the house that I rented at the time was only $350. American.
7,000 pesos.
Yeah, to me that was nothing. But and it was a two-bedroom, and I had a gas stove, and like I said, that backyard, and it was private, and I was close to the park. I love my park because I could go take my computer, my laptop, and live there. And that's what sometimes I would do my shows sitting out there on the park, because if my internet didn't work good at the house, that's how I wind up finding another internet. Is just going to the park, and and they put the lights off. But where I was, they were also doing. Um, it was a park that was open and they were doing stuff. They had birds and all stuff in my park. I forgot. So it was really nice. I enjoyed my park going there every day. It gave me a chance to walk, gave me a chance to exercise and get to know everything that was going on, different restaurants and different little stores, little mom and pop stores. That's what I like.
Mhm.
So you become part of your community. You're not just a bystander sitting there at your house, especially when you go out. You know, they see me go out. I'm looking at my computer, going in the morning, or I walked to go to the store one direction or, whatever direction. That is something that you can't find here a lot anymore. That your neighbors know you, you're part of your community, and they don't mean you any harm. In here in the States, that's what I can say. Um, for me, I'm much on guard. I have alarm systems, got cameras facing each and every way. I don't mom, and I didn't have to live like that in Mexico. I mean, I knew once I left my house was safe. When I came back, it was nothing, nothing going to be wrong. Um, it's a safety. It's safety. It's a safety thing for me that I feel Merida is beautiful and it's really good. Safe for it's a family type environment for families. That's what I feel, that they can grow and progress, or not even just families, but people that are getting older that want a calmer life, and or not say just they just want to rock in their rocking chair and get old, but they can go out and there's a community called the guy called Mexico Merida Life, and they do different things where we were painting together. What else we did? We did paintings together. They just had different parties at different venues that you go out and you get to meet and patronize a business that you might not have patronized or known about, which for me is very good. so that got gets you to know your everything around that's going around with you. So that's helpful for me, and I'm hoping it's helpful to other people seeing what can be offered near the family, quietness, the food, the benefits. These are the benefits. These are all the pros to me of living in Merida. The food, the family, the community, and the fact that you make friends, good friends, not got superficial friends too, but I didn't make superficial friends. So that's good. So, tell us about your show. You was on HGTV, International House Hunters. When was that shot, and when does it air?
Well, we already filmed 13 episodes.
Okay.
Six of them that are being aired already. The last one gonna be aired. Let me see. I have over here when I think if I no mistake in a couple of days. It's need to go through the HTV channel, of course.
Uh huh.
Um, if you are in Mexico, you're not gonna be able to see it until. I mean, we share the link once that because once they go air it, they share with us the link. Okay, I have
Right.
it. Thursday, March 26th
March
at
26th. Okay.
yeah 10 p.m. So that's gonna be the last one. It's gonna be aired by Thursday, the 26th, and we're waiting for four more. So as soon they give us the air
Nice.
date, we're gonna share with everyone. But yeah. Quédate que mire, no, siéntate acá.
So, what does your kids thinking about mom being an international star?
Yeah, they don't think that I'm. They only think that just because I'm being in TV, I have more money, so they ask more things.
Oh, I like it. Oh, that is cute. Mom is very important, you guys. Y'all gotta recognize. Uh,
Yeah. Popular man means that they have more money for tacos.
let's see. I'm putting it on there now so people can come and see it. Okay, March. She said 26.
I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think that I can share with you. Oh, I can share with you on WhatsApp the screen. Okay, let me see. Mm,
Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna put it on here.
okay, it's this one. So I have the email from them. I share with you on WhatsApp. I don't know how to share it in this call, but
I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna put it here.
I share it in WhatsApp. The email from House Hunters.
Okay. Uh, okay. Will be. Oh, come on. So I have to type this the old-fashioned way. So, so how is it that you were these your actual clients, or did they find clients for you?
No, mostly of them there are my clients. So
Nice.
in this point, I'm already have connection with the casting producers and the directors and the producers for the show. So when one of my clients want to be in the show, I just put them in connection with them. So
Mhm.
they need to do a couple of interviews and all the stuff. But as soon they get approved, then they contact me and we go with my clients. I do have a couple of chapters episodes that they are not my clients since before, so they just send them to me. directly, and but the thing that I like to do is just met them before. So I call
Uh-huh.
them and I visit them before the shows, and that way we can get some, like some
Good.
friendship, your feelings, and all this stuff. So yeah, everyone that has been in the show with me, they're been great and amazing people. We have a really fun shows. So yeah, I do love it.
I mean,
The last one that get airy was hilarious.
it was hilarious.
Hilarious was a single woman that was looking for love and Merida. Was hilarious. I'm gonna send you the link. I'm gonna send you the link so you can watch it. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's gonna be great. See, that's I was trying to see if I could get the show to actually go on and show people. Um, See, y'all got to excuse
yeah,
my writing. That is not even correct. Let me correct that. I got that. No, they're gonna be like, what?
yeah. I can send you the link. Things. Mm.
Okay, I got that. Let's see. Guys, you gotta be able to see this. So,
Yeah.
let me see. Alrighty, we're gonna put that there too. All right, I know they're like, what? Um, come on.
Watch it.
Oh, Seattle native Jen is hunting for a home. I wish I could show you guys this. Wait a minute. In Merida, Mexico.
This was aired, I think, 1 week ago.
Let me see.
And they have their own view for the back of the courtyard. Yeah.
Let me see.
This is a very good start. Wow.
Can
This
you
space
see?
is beautiful. So
It's in a bit.
outside space. This is exactly what I'm looking for when it comes to pancake and fat fat. It's big enough for them to run around, do their thing.
She looking for a place for her
And we have
dogs.
over here, this
Mm-hmm.
swimming pool. Exactly. Yeah. And the amazing thing here is the second bedroom is in the back. It's kind of like a casita. Yeah. So that way you can have your own privacy. I don't like to be bothered, so that's a good thing. But even if
You
have
guys
kids,
gotta
they
watch
be in their
this.
own-
This, oh wow, this is good. So you guys know that you get to see this. This is what I'm talking about. I'm gonna get better with doing this. I haven't been on here. I used to do it a lot, but I'm just now coming back, start doing shows lately. So when I thought about the international and how many times I'd moved, I thought about you. And I was like, I know she's got something going on. She's gotta have something going on. I don't watch TV a lot. If I do, it's about I'm learning a different language. So my language of choice right now is Mandarin. If I'm in Mexico, it's Mexico. Like how I learned is watching the novelas. And my friend was like, "What?" I was like, "Did you see what Anthony did to her? How could it be like?" Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Oh, I'm talking about novelas. So that's another way I felt I learned the language as along with the cooking shows because I like to cook. So that helped me a lot learn the language when something that I love comes on, then I can get immersed into the language. That's what I felt. Do you connect people with different agencies out there to help them speak Spanish so that they can get immersed and also take classes to learn Spanish? And for people out there that don't know, the Spanish that we learned here in the States is not the right Spanish. Stuff that I was saying, like claro or um
Claro.
she was like, you can say claro, but I was saying comprendo. She's like, don't say that.
Comprendo.
She's like, when you say comprendo, that means do you understand stupid? And I was like, really? I didn't know that. But I felt like that's why I asked my sister in Cancun. She was like, for you, we know you don't mean that. I was like, but that's what she told me. When I say that, she was like, okay. For her, that might be, but no, we know that that's not what you like
No.
to do.
Comprendo is actually I understand. So people don't use, I mean, like the locals don't use that common that word because it's more like more serious word. Like when we're talking with somebody that you don't know, and then or you're trying to somebody explain you something really difficult and really, like I don't know, like a trigonometry problem. I don't know. And then
Right.
you see, oh, okay, comprendo. But it's not a common word. So we say more like, oh, sí entiendo. Or you say, okay. So it's just more slang, but it's not that at all. I mean, if you come to me and you told me comprendo, I would understand that you are saying that you understand. So it's
Okay. Okay. Because I was like trying to get it right. And then I guess her, because she's a Spanish teacher, she was trying to correct. And her being from, where was it? She's from another part of Mexico. She just moved down in America. And matter of fact, she moved in another part and bought a house there in Mexico. And she's a Spanish teacher as well. Or
well, everyone that speaks Spanish can be a Spanish teacher. But honestly, I would recommend that more. Go ahead and practice. This is the way that you can get it. I mean, in Spanish. And the Spanish teacher is gonna teach you how are the verbs and how you form the phrases and we have like bazillion times here. So it's not only past and present, and we have past, present, and I don't know. Even me, I don't know all the time. So and that's my language. So I always recommended my people, my friends, my clients, just go ahead and try it. The beautiful about Merida is everyone will understand that you are trying, and which they're gonna help you. At least most of the locals will do that, and then they're gonna kind of guide you. And it's not a big deal. You're gonna get the mistakes. Yes, of course, this is not your language. You're gonna get mistakes, but we get mistakes too. I mean, I'm trying to speak a different language that is not mine, and I'm sure that I just made like bazillion of mistakes already. But I always tell them the goal is get communicated. So if you understand what I'm trying to say, if you are sure about the like what I'm trying to explain you, and if I get a mistake, that it's not, I don't try to offend in you. It's just I'm try, that they use the things that I know. Then people will understand. People will understand, and they're gonna help you. So don't thinking about that much. We have a lot of places here as Habla and other ones in downtown. That they can help you, like with some classes if you like the formal classes. Or
okay.
also we have the English library here in Merida. They offer conversationals between Mexican and Americans. It's completely in like they offer 2 times per week the conversationals, and they just invite in American people and Mexican people. They want to learn English and they want to learn Spanish, and they just put in together friends, and they just talk, and that's it. Like, so that way you can practice and you can get better, more words and everything. And this is not, and they do for free in the English library. So it's, I just say, just try it. Don't get freaked out because the language, and a lot of people speak Spanish, speak English over here, and other of us we're trying, like to get communicating as the goal. And at the end of the day, with all this technology, you always has your cell phone for translate too. So don't freak out, and then just enjoy the time and try it.
Sounds good. So, okay. Now we got the move, we got the freight, we got the cost, internet, we talked about entertainment. Okay, what is the local dish for Mirada?
Whew. Well, we have a lot of dishes here that are kind of like traditional in Merida, but the
Mhm.
most important one is cochinita. You need to know the Merida. The main dish here is the pork. So
Okay.
mostly the pork or the deer. We have deer, pork, and turkey. That's the three most kind of like important over here. But most of the things that you're gonna find like in any place is pork and turkey. So vegetarians restaurants, they're a little bit more difficult to find over here. Honestly, we love the meat. It's not cow meat. It's again it's pork, and mostly our dishes are made with pork cochinita. It's an amazing dish. It is traditional, and everyone love it. Even when I'm talking about expats, I'm talking about also Mexican expats. They come from different part of Mexico.
Right.
So cochinita was named Patrimonio Cultural for dish. Like a really important cultural thing in Merida. It's a dish that you made it in underground. So they just get the pork and they season it with a special season, and they just wrap it in banana leaves, and they go in underground, and then they cook it underground, and then after that they make tacos and tortas. It's amazing. It's unbelievable. You need to try it. And they sell it every Saturday and Sunday. I mean, they sell it all around the city, but every Saturday and Sunday, pretty much every corner in Merida sells cochinita.
Cochinita. Okay. And what is the drink there?
We love, this is something really traditional you're gonna find in the local places. Hibiscus drink. Hibiscus,
Hibiscus.
we call here Jamaica. So
Right.
Jamaica y horchata. Horchata is the one that is made in with rice. It is white, but it's sweet, and the other one is hibiscus. So that's the more popular over here. And also chaya. Chaya is more. Chaya is one of the leaves here that we have. Is a plant.
Mm-hmm.
We get this plant is traditional in Yucatan area, and we use that plant for made it more healthy drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Like they mix it with pineapple and
Right.
orange with chaya, and it's really tasty. And well, supposedly it's more healthy. I really don't know,
I
but
like
that's what
that.
they say.
But it was green. Like it's a green plant. They
It's
mix
a
with.
green plant.
Yep,
Yes, it's a
that's the one I
green
get
plant.
when I go to the restaurants where I live at. So I love that was my favorite drink because it would be
Yeah,
so
this
sweet.
chaya.
Yep.
They
Okay.
also made it. They also made it with eggs and different like foods too. So chaya is one of the more traditional ancestor leaves that you can find in Mexico and Merida.
Okay. So what about desserts? What is there any particular desserts that they make that is known in Merida for?
Well, we have a lot of desserts, but something that is really popular here is the marquesitas. They sell it pretty much in all the parks, in the food carts. They
Uh-huh.
made it at the moment. You can find it all around downtown in the streets. They
Uh-huh.
sell it in the corners and the food courts. It's basically a really tiny waffle mix. So they get really crunchy, and they put in some Edam cheese, which we call queso de bola, but the Edam cheese is one of the cheese. It's a traditional cheese in Yucatan. It's kind of like an emblematic cheese, but it's not
Okay.
Yucatecan at all. They come from Switzerland, which I don't know why it's emblematic here. I really don't know. But you can find it everywhere here. We made dishes with this Edaman cheese. So they spread in the cheese. The Edaman cheese is different because it's dry. So it's not get melted when you get in your food. It's not get melted. It's more like dry and the different taste. So they spread it in these like a waffle, really tiny waffle mix, and you can put in any sweet there. Most of the people put in Nutella, but you
Uh-huh.
can use it jam or dulce de leche or any sweet, and they wrap it, and it's like a round thing. It's like a round stick like this one that is
Okay.
full of cheese and sweet. It's tasty.
See, the thing is, that's like a Japanese. See, I would know about that. We do that in Japanese dishes. We have a waffle, and it's a little tiny waffle, but we put cheese in it, and it's with like a crema or queso, like a queso cheese, a dry cheese, and it you put it in there and it melts. But the waffle around it, it is sweet. I don't like it. I
Well,
know
girl,
what you're talking about, but it reminds me of the Japanese, and I don't like it.
I'm gonna send you the picture. I don't know if you are picturing it in the correct way because it's not a waffle. It's not sweet. It's not soft. It's crunchy, super
Okay.
crunchy. I send you the picture. It is super crunchy.
Yeah. See, and it's a fish. See, in Japanese, it's a fish. It's
Oh
shaped like
yeah,
a
I
fish.
saw it here. Some of the stores, nothing to do with that. It's when I say mix it of waffle, was just for give you an idea. But it's they put it in the mixing over there, and they flat it with iron press, and
Right.
that gets super thin, super thin. So when they cook it and they roll it, it's crunchy. So it's like in the photo that I sent it to you, they fill it with a lot of things inside. But when you bite that,
Uh-huh.
it's crunchy. It's like super crunchy.
Yeah, I was like, Japanese, but I don't like that. Like,
No,
I should,
no,
but
it's not. It's
uh-uh.
not. It's not. It's not like that. I know what you mean because we have a couple of Japanese stores over here, and I saw that fishes here. No, it's not like that.
Like, no, like, I like my mochi. I like, I like my mochi donuts, and stuff like that. But I drink a lot of Jamaica, and I think that comes from living in Merida for so long in Mexico, period. But I put a lot of different stuff in my Jamaica. I put and ginger. I put cloves. I put cinnamon or whatever,
Cinnamon.
or anise or whatever I want. And to me, it reminds me of a Hawaiian punch back in the day when the kids had all these juices. So if I grind up, like put pineapple juice in it, that's my Jamaica for my sugar. So it gets sweet. So it's not just plain when you get used to it. And then my favorite other drink was tamarind. Tamarind, taking
Tamarindo.
and blending it with water and drinking it. People are like, what are you doing? I grew up eating tamarind popsicles. That's not normal, but it has more of for me, a medicinal purpose of healing the body, that I didn't know. Horchata, I gotta really try. When I think of rice and rice milk, until I made my own rice pudding, which is I made what it was it chai pudding, and I made raspberry, but I made my own rice milk with it. So until I made that, I was like, okay, I never would drink. That's the only drink I would never drink. I drink every drink, but that drink, they're like, you're not because they would put cinnamon in it, and it would remind me of eating. I didn't like rice pudding as a kid. So for me, that's what I thought of. I was like, it's going to taste like rice pudding. I could not stand rice pudding as a kid. So I should, but it was like, no, that's the one thing you don't want me to eat. I'm not going to like, it's not going to go very well. But now that I'm grown, maybe my taste buds have changed. I don't know. I'll try it. But I said, I think I will try. Me and my son will try horchata and see how
Horchata.
horchata. Okay, horchata.
Well, also the horchata, they made it with different things. They put in some flavors. You can make it with chocolate or with strawberries. So the base is sweet, and it's more popular here, like white and sweet. I had a lot of problems with that at the beginning because I don't drink milk and I don't like the milk. So this
Right.
looks like a milk, don't taste at all as a milk, but looks
Okay.
like the milk. So at the beginning, when I'm trying to taste it, it's like I can see it. There is a milk. I can see it. So what's difficult? But it's really the taste is completely different.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna have to see out some different things that we gotta try. So everybody, if you want to get in touch with Barbie, this is at it. I put her consultation, talks to expats, and you see all the great information and all the things she does. So she would be your best person to get in touch with. And then you never know, you might be another star on her channel of being an
House hunters.
house hunters, international house hunters. Big difference. International house hunters on HGTV. So you can be one of the clients that say, "Yeah, I'll do it," and then get on TV, and then you're on there. So that's good. That gives you, if you're going there, getting exposure, getting starting something new. One person went for romance, another person might be going in there to start life over. You never know. You get all different types of people. If you want to start over, you're tired of your kids and you want to do something different, or you're an empty nester. That's another thing. Get in touch with her because she'll be able to help you. And even if you want to drive down, she has some connections to help you, to meet you at the border and drive you down to meet her. So I mean, this is all in one stop shop. If you need somebody, like, she can get you a connection with somebody who knows in the States to drive the stuff to the border and meet you or whatever and drive it all the way. Hey, I mean, like, again, one stop shop. We do like one stop shop where we don't got to go around. So, and the fact that she's a lawyer that can help you with your visa, your residency, I mean, that in itself is phenomenal. Let me tell you, the prices that you pay for all of this stuff is just ridiculous once you get down there. But if you know her, get talked to her, do a consultation, figure out what you want and go. I mean, she's a local at Merida, but like you heard her say, she go to Tulum, she go to Cancun. Um, I don't know. Just find out where you can go. And she was telling you there's different shipping companies. She'll be able to connect you, and she'll talk to us about going to customs and the customs there. So walking you step by step through your process of being a resident, and walk you through different visa options that you will have available to you. And being prepared and being educated is 99 worth the gain of actually getting there. Getting there is just really 1%, but being prepared and having your ducks in order, that's what I would do. So for me, I get in touch with Barb and let her guide you there. So what would you like to say to the people out there?
Well, the only thing that I want to say is we help hundreds and tons of people moving all around Mexico, but we understand how difficult it is. The only thing that I can tell you is, the life is only one, and this is come for enjoy it. So if you decide to moving out, whatever reason you decide to moving out of your country, enjoy the process. We can help you with the moving to Merida or Mexico in general. But if you decide for a different country, enjoy it. Be prepared, as you say. It's a really important because they're gonna take you a lot of stress out of your head. Or holding the hand to somebody that knows what they're doing is also a good option because it's gonna take you out all the stress and just leave you the fun because it's fun. At the end of the day, enjoy the life and do it because it's a big step. Moving abroad is a big step, and it's something. If you are doing this because you want to get better quality of life, or if you want to enjoy the life here with your family, like enjoy different country, whatever reason you pick for doing this, just enjoy the process. Do it with happiness and be grateful for being able to do it because a lot of people are not able to do that. And just again enjoy the life, be happy, feel welcome, and let me tell you, no matter where you go, you're gonna find good people, but you're also gonna find weird people. It's Mexico and Merida is great and it's beautiful, but we also have some dumb shit people here. It is what it is. So just keep your energy and your circle around the people that you feel, like that you feel connected, and just don't pay attention to the other ones that try to get you down. It's this is it's a beautiful place, but it's like other any other place. We have great people, but we also have some bad people. So don't pay attention to that. Get the enjoy to do it. Get the happiness to the like the process, enjoy it, and just that, give you the opportunity to do it. Again, if Merida is not your place, because let me tell you, Merida is great and beautiful, but we also have some cons things. It's hot as hell here sometimes. I told my clients this is kind of like the hell paradise. So you move into the hell, but it's in the nice paradise. So yes, it is hot
Love
as
it.
hell here.
No, it's not. Don't tell everybody that it's not. For me, it is
It is.
beautiful. I
Oh, it's
love it.
beautiful. It's beautiful. So get a house with AC and pool. That will be nice, But if if you cannot get a pool, at least get an AC, and you're gonna be fine. But again, we are not trying to say that everything is great over here. We have some bad things, as in any place, and sometimes we have mosquitoes, and most of the society here is cash, that type of thing. Maybe small things that we can help you to sort, like navigate and sort the bumps in the road. But you be aware that we have some bump in the roads again. But it's not a big deal if you enjoy your time, if you have the decision, and if you can make it possible. Enjoy it. This is gonna be a great experience, and it's gonna be double great experience if you allow us to hold your hand. So that's what we can tell everyone. Bienvenidos a Merida. Hopefully we can help you in some point, even if you don't want to work with us. To a consultation call, we always can get connected. We offer free advices for people, even that they don't use our service. Some people need it, some people don't, and that's okay. But we can help you at least to give you some guide, and understand a little bit better the culture, the people, the city, and whatever you need.
Okay. Now, is it okay if I put your WhatsApp information on there, or would you prefer them to go through the website?
No, that's fine. I don't have any problem that you put in my WhatsApp to the people that are follow you. The only thing that I'm gonna ask him, please, if you want to contact me through WhatsApp, send me a message. Don't call me. Sometimes I am in the middle of the calls and or working with other clients. So send me a message, and I will reply eventually. I promise you. I have pretty much 24 hours my cell phone in my hand, so I will reply to you in
We didn't
some
wear
point.
that down. Don't do that to yourself. Your body gets wear and tear. I used to do that. Trust me. Don't
um,
do that. So you know what, guys? I'm not gonna do that. Y'all contact metermoves.com. I think that would be better. Contact her through meter.com because it's also a time difference. Like now it is like 7:37 for her.
5:37,
Okay,
5:37.
so it's like a 2 hour difference, and I'm on the East Coast. So you might see at one time I was in Guam, so I would have been a day ahead, and y'all been a day behind. So, so I had to make adjustment to that. So you guys know. So I would have my phone on all night long, and then people call, and I'd be like, "Oh, I forgot." It's a time difference. So let's respect that. So definitely reach out to her. Like I said, it's a one-stop shop. You cannot beat that, and all the information you got on this show, it is very much worth it. And she's an excellent person to have contact with if you're definitely going to Mexico. And she will take you around as she took the young lady to different stores. I know where did we go out to? Where did we go? We went to a restaurant. What was the restaurant we went out to?
I don't remember exactly which one. We went to the downtown. I don't remember.
It was me, you, oh gosh, I can't even remember our name. Our friend, the common friend, uh, that you have you heard from her? Since she
well, you're gonna need to give me more.
Aziza, not Aziza. AAA. You just. Oh God, I can't even remember her name now. Her name begins with an A. She was from Atlanta. You won't want her show first on YouTube.
Asia? No.
Agent. Oh my God. See, Agent. Have you heard from her?
Oh yeah, I think she's in Europe, if I'm not mistaken. It's her birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, Asia. I haven't spoke to her because I've been gone. I left Mexico and went other places. And then I know she was in Atlanta, and then I left, and then I was in Guam. So I've been in Guam for about 5 years.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm just now back in the States. I'm making adjustments. So I haven't really talked to too tough. So I appreciate that. So thank you for talking with us and giving us time, everybody. So we are going to sign out. Let me do this the right way. I think I got this. Let's see. This is what you do.
I am your host, Dr. D. Welcome to Dreams to Reality Ranch. Take this trip with me.